Hey everyone, it's Mario here. Today we're jetting off to one of the most vibrant, historical, and downright delicious cities on the planet. Istanbul, baby! We're diving into the top 5 places you absolutely must visit in this magical city. We're talking ancient wonders, bustling markets, stunning views, and maybe even a fez or two. Don't worry, I won't make you wear one. Unless you want to. So buckle up, grab your Turkish delight, and get ready for an adventure. And hey, if you enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Let's go! First up, we're kicking things off with a true icon, the Grande Dame of Istanbul, the one and only Hagia Sophia. This architectural marvel has seen it all, folks. Built way back in the 6th century, it's been a church, a mosque, and now a museum. Talk about a resume builder. Imagine for a second, you're walking through those massive bronze doors. You're greeted by soaring ceilings, intricate mosaics, and enough history to make your head spin. Seriously, they could film an entire season of Game of Thrones in here, and they probably have, knowing those guys. The Hagia Sophia was built by the Byzantine Emperor Justinian, who, legend has it, wanted to create a building so magnificent, it would make his rivals' jaws drop. And let me tell you, mission accomplished. I mean, this place is so impressive, even the pigeons outside are taking selfies. But here's the kicker. The Hagia Sophia wasn't always a museum. It started as a church, a symbol of Christianity, and then boom! In the 15th century, the Ottomans conquered Constantinople, and they decided, hey, this place is too beautiful to tear down. Let's just add some minarets and call it a mosque, and you know what? It worked! For centuries, the Hagia Sophia served as a place of worship for Muslims. Now I don't know about you, but I think it's pretty amazing that one building can hold so much history, so much faith, and so many tourists. It's a testament to the enduring spirit of Istanbul, a city where East meets West, old meets new, and where you can get a delicious kebab on practically every corner. Speaking of kebabs, I'm getting hungry just thinking about them. But before we move on to our next destination, let's take a moment to appreciate the architectural genius of the Hagia Sophia. From its massive dome to its intricate mosaics, this building is a true masterpiece. Just imagine the stories these walls could tell. We'd hear tales of emperors and sultans, of religious ceremonies and political intrigue. Alright folks, after you've picked your jaw up off the floor from the Hagia Sophia, it's time to head on over to our next stop, Topkapi Palace. This place is like the Beverly Hills of the Ottoman Empire, where the sultans lived large and in charge. Picture this, sprawling courtyards, shimmering fountains, and enough gold to make King Midas jealous. This was the heart of the Ottoman Empire for centuries, and let me tell you, these guys knew how to live it up. We're talking harems, folks. Hundreds of beautiful women all vying for the Sultan's attention. It's like a season of The Bachelor, but with more turbans and fewer roses. Now, I'm not saying I condone that kind of lifestyle, but hey, if someone offered me a palace with a harem and a lifetime supply of Turkish delight, I'd at least have to consider it. But Topkapi Palace isn't just about lavish lifestyles and questionable dating practices. It's also home to some of the most important relics in Islamic history, including the Prophet Muhammad's cloak and sword. And let's not forget the view. From the palace's terraces you can gaze out over the Bosphorus Strait with its sparkling waters and bustling ships. It's enough to make you want to grab a fez, grow a mustache, and declare yourself Sultan Mario I. But before you start practicing your royal wave, let's delve a little deeper into the history of this fascinating place. Topkapi Palace was built in the 15th century by Sultan Mehmed II, the conqueror of Constantinople. It served as the seat of Ottoman power for over 400 years, witnessing countless political intrigues, lavish ceremonies, and probably a few spilled glasses of Turkish coffee. Imagine the stories these walls could tell. We'd hear tales of powerful sultans and their scheming advisors, of daring conquests and forbidden romances. It'd be like a Turkish telenovela, but with better special effects. One of my favorite stories about Topkapi Palace involves Sultan Ibrahim the Mad. Now I know what you're thinking, Mario, you had me at Sultan Ibrahim the Mad. And you're right, it's a pretty great title. Anyway, legend has it that Ibrahim was a bit of an eccentric ruler. He once had all the women in his harem thrown into the Bosphorus Strait after accusing them of plotting against him. Okay folks, hold on to your wallets because our next stop is the Grand Bazaar, a shopper's paradise and a claustrophobic's nightmare. This place is a labyrinth of over 4,000 shops selling everything from spices and carpets to lamps and leather goods. It's like a giant flea market, but with better lighting and fewer questionable smells. Now, I'm not much of a shopper myself. I'm more of a walk into a store, grab the first thing I see, and run for the exit kind of guy. But even I have to admit, the Grand Bazaar is an experience. It's a sensory overload in the best possible way, with vibrant colors, exotic scents, and the constant hum of bartering. Because here's the thing about the Grand Bazaar: you never pay full price. Haggling is an art form here, a delicate dance between buyer and seller. It's like a staring contest, but with more hand gestures and fewer threats of violence. The key to successful haggling is to be confident but not aggressive. Start low, smile a lot, and be prepared to walk away. Trust me, they'll chase after you. And if they don't, there are about 1,000 other shops selling the same thing. But the Grand Bazaar isn't just about shopping till you drop. It's also a great place to experience the local culture. Grab a cup of Turkish coffee, watch the artisans at work, and soak up the atmosphere. Just be careful not to get trampled by a herd of tourists chasing after a bargain. Now, I'm not going to lie, the Grand Bazaar can be a bit overwhelming, especially if you're not used to crowds. Alright folks, after all that shopping and haggling, it's time for a little peace and quiet at our next stop, the Blue Mosque. Now, I know what you're thinking. Mario, you had me at mosque. Mosques are known for their peace and quiet. And you're right, they are. But the Blue Mosque is something special. First of all, it's absolutely stunning. I'm talking jaw-droppingly, awe-inspiringly beautiful. The mosque gets its name from the thousands of blue Iznik tiles that adorn its interior, creating a mesmerizing sea of color. It's like stepping into a giant kaleidoscope, but without the dizziness and the urge to lick the walls. But the Blue Mosque isn't just a pretty face. It's also one of the most important mosques in Istanbul, built in the 17th century by Sultan Ahmet I. Legend has it that Ahmet wanted to build a mosque that would rival the Hagia Sophia in grandeur, and you know what? He came pretty darn close. Now, here's where things get interesting. The Blue Mosque is famous for its 6 minarets. Now, most mosques have 1, 2, or maybe 4 minarets, but 6? That's a lot, even for a sultan. The story goes that when Ahmet commissioned the mosque, he instructed the architect to build altın minareler, which means gold minarets. But the architect misheard him and thought he said alti minare, which means 6 minarets. Oops. Now you'd think Ahmet would be furious, right? I mean, this was a major architectural faux pas, but according to legend, he was actually quite pleased. You see, at the time, the only mosque in the world with 6 minarets was the Masjid al-Haram in Mecca, the holiest site in Islam. Alright folks, we've explored ancient wonders, haggled in bustling markets, and found peace in a sea of blue tiles. Now it's time to set sail on a journey that will take us from Europe to Asia and back again, all while sipping on some delicious Turkish coffee. That's right, we're talking about a Bosphorus cruise. Now, I'm not usually one for boats. I get seasick easily and I'm terrified of pirates. But even I have to admit, a Bosphorus cruise is something special. It's the perfect way to experience the beauty of Istanbul from a different perspective, with the wind in your hair, the sun on your face, and the sound of seagulls. Well, sounding like seagulls. As you glide along the water, you'll pass by some of Istanbul's most iconic landmarks, including the Hagia Sophia, Topkapi Palace, and the Blue Mosque. But you'll also see a different side to the city, with its charming waterfront neighborhoods, bustling fishing villages, and grand Ottoman palaces. It's like a history lesson, a sightseeing tour, and a relaxing boat ride all rolled into one. Plus, you can finally take that selfie with the Bosphorus Bridge in the background without having to worry about getting run over by a taxi. Now, I've got a confession to make. The first time I went on a Bosphorus cruise, I was a little nervous. I'd heard stories about rough seas, aggressive seagulls, and worst of all, watered-down Turkish coffee. But I'm happy to report that my fears were unfounded. The sea was calm, the seagulls were surprisingly well-behaved, and the Turkish coffee was strong enough to knock out a small horse. I even managed to avoid spilling any on my shirt, which is a major accomplishment for me. But here's the thing about a Bosphorus cruise. It's not just about the sights. It's about the experience. It's about feeling the wind in your hair, the sun on your face, and the gentle rocking of the boat. It's about sharing a laugh with your loved ones, snapping some unforgettable photos, and maybe even learning a thing or two about Istanbul's rich history. Thanks for watching, folks. We've explored ancient wonders, bargained in bustling markets, found peace in a sea of blue tiles, and sailed between continents. And you know what? I'm ready for a nap and a big plate of Turkish delight. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more travel tips and fun adventures. And hey, if you've ever been to Istanbul, share your favorite memories in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your adventures. See you in the next video, and happy travels.